Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy For Now. It's me, Isabel, here with a book haul. The rarest of rarest occasions on my channel, because I don't buy a lot of books. I mean, I buy a lot of manga, but I don't buy a lot of books, really. And the goal this year is to honestly read any of these books you see turned backwards on my shelf, because these are books I haven't read that I own. Like, I have a series here that I've read most of and I need to finish. You know, stuff like that. So I don't buy a ton of books. I do often get sent books from my amazing friends for holidays and birthdays and all that fun stuff. So like, deeply appreciate y'all so much. And some of these books are from that. Some of these books I got from publishers. Some of these books I picked up used at McKay's. And I'm just going to preemptively say thank you to everyone who sent me gifts for my birthday in November and for Christmas in December. Y'all are amazing and I adore you. I keep all the little notes in every single book I get because it just makes my heart happy when I like pick them up and see a note in there that somebody gave it to me. So yeah, there's also that. I will say thank you as we go through as well, again, probably, but I just want to preemptively thank anyone. And if I forget you because the note fell out on me, I apologize. But I do, like, I have like a stack of, not a bunch, but I have a couple that like came out of their books and they're like kind of off on their own. But yeah, let's go through this kind of good sizable stack for me. I do also need to note some of these come from Patreons, but the first one was a gift. Esty, thank you so much. This is an edition I didn't know existed, and when it showed up I was like, are you kidding me? It is so stinking pretty, and that is the Never King French edition. I had no idea. I don't know how I'd never seen this. It has the French flaps. Like, hello. I mean, hello. It is stunning, and I'm so excited to have this on my shelves. I've got to figure out how I can display it. It's probably going to go over on the far side where y'all don't see it, like, face out, because I'm obsessed. This is, like, my entire, like, vibe of life. I feel like skulls and flowers. Yes, please. Next, from May over at This Past Romance, she got me the Archer's Voice annotated special edition. This one's really cool. So I've actually not read Archer's Voice, but it's a book I really want to read. I didn't realize, I know it's one of Bree's favorite books, and I didn't realize our heroine had her name. But anyways, it has really wide margins. There you go. So it's like specifically made for you to be able to annotate, and it has the author's annotations, which is really cool. So I'm going to read Archer's Voice this year. I'm determined to. And I'm really, really excited to like kind of do an audiobook tandem read with this and read the annotations and also annotate it myself while I read it. We have a light novel, which does count here because it is a novel technically. And that is the newest steamship who publishes some of my favorite spicy mangas. Loyal Soldier, Lustful Beast. We do indeed have a little bit of an illustration in here. Yeah, I picked this up while Shay was here. I'm really excited to read this. I'm really determined to get more into light novels in 2024. Now we have my Patreon / went to an event books. The stack. These are all Katie Roberts, so I'm just gonna be transparent here. We have Hunt on Dark Waters by Katie Robert, which I got in from her Patreon. I am a member of her tier that gets books and audiobooks. I think it's really well worth it for me, at least. I just never have to worry. And then I also have To Kidnap a Princess by Katie Robert. And then I have 3 copies of Midnight Ruin. Now you might be like, Isabel, why on earth do you have 3 copies of the same book? Well, first of all, I went to an event in Lexington, Kentucky, as you may know, where I met Katie, and I got this edition with the beautiful indie art print and the non-colored art print. So I'm keeping one of these because it got stamped by Katie, and I'm very excited for it. Oh my god, the stamp has a dog collar that says good boy on it. Okay, sorry. Anyways, I'm keeping one of these, and then 2 of these when I get I'm waiting for a book plate for one of these. So when I get that book plate, I will be giving away one of each of these because I don't need 3 copies. But May was so gracious to allow me to take an extra one of her copies because she was like, I don't need this. She actually hasn't read the series. So yeah, I am excited to have these to give away. So coming soon. I do need to note this is likely my current fave in this series somehow, which is wild. Although I do think Dark Restraint will take that title because it is Morality Chain, which is like... Next, I did get sent a new copy from the publisher so kindly for Pucking Around by Emily Rath. This has like... I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. It's really hard to capture, but gorgeous like glittery font. I love it. I'm obsessed. I do need to Ooh, the headers are a little different too. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the headers have silhouettes on them now, which I don't think they did in the regular book, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Either way, I did get sent Pucking Around, and I was just so happy to get picked to be on Emily's cheer squad and get sent a copy of this book because I do love this book. It's just one of those books that's like a favorite for me and definitely a comfort world to read in. Next, something I picked, Shay got me this. I was like, did I buy this? No, Shay bought me this. Something else that is now out of print and is getting got another cover that I don't love. My first and my favorite, Mariana Zapata, which is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I plan to reread this and probably annotate it. I am really curious to see what I think on reread of this series, but oh man, it's so big. It's ginormous, but yeah, Shay's Barn still had this copy in, so I was like, can you get me that before I can't ever get this cover again? Because this is the cover of The Wall of Winnipeg and Me in my brain, not the new one. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. I know some people like it. It's just not for me. On the same note, I saw this one at Joseph Beth when I was in Kentucky and decided to pick it up. I have not read Colty yet. I do want to read it, but I picked it up because it's the second cover technically. I think the first cover had a girl on it, and then this is her second like self-pubbed cover. And I wanted to grab this before we get whatever weirdness happens with the Avon cover in case I do like it. And then if I don't, like, I can sell it because whatever. Next, I have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is one that after I finished it, I knew I wanted to own it. And I'm so happy I do. It's one I definitely will be taking to Steamulet to get signed by Ashley. This book was so good. I really, really enjoyed this for a time slip. I did not think I would like a time slip novel as much as I did, but I'm over here just ecstatic that I read it and enjoyed it so much. If you haven't read The 7-Year Slip and you do like those lit ficky romances, I do think it's a great option to pick up. And I also think if you, like me, have not read a ton of time slips but are curious about it, it's also a good option. I don't know. She really hits me home in like weird grief stuff in her books. So I have her newest one as an ARC, and I'm just a bit nervous about it because grief's definitely not a thing I'm dealing with well right now. Another one that was a gift. This is from Brie over at In Love and Words, one of my favorite people in the world. She sent me only for the week. She sent me a couple books for my birthday, and I was just like, Brie, you're gonna make me cry. I love this book. I love this book. If you've not read this book and you watch my channel, what is wrong with you? You need to read this book. We're all fighting over Rome, okay? Like, we are all fighting for this man. And I would normally say don't fight over any man, but I think Rome's worth fighting over. He's that good. This book is amazing. I love this cover, so I'm really happy to have it. This is a book I'm like, not terrified, but like I feel like this is a book that I can see getting picked up for sure. Potentially if the author's open to it, and I think that just made me like want to own it even more and read it even more. So there's that. But I absolutely loved this book, so I'm so excited to have it for my shelves. Another favorite of the year. This is also from Brie. Did I lose it? Another one that I freaking loved this year. Role Playing by Kathleen Yardley. Older couple, like, hello, my favorite video game nerds, my favorite demisexual rep and bi rep, and then her like ready to fight for him because people are being shitty to him for being like bi/pan. Everything. If you've not read Role Playing, I really can't recommend it enough. I'm still so impressed by this book and really excited to read more from Kathy like this year because it's happening. This one is from Robin. Oh, Robin. She sent us all little Christmas gifts, and it was so sweet. When this showed up, I was so confused. I was like, did I buy this and forgot about it? And I was like, oh my god, no. But it is one of my favorites from last year and my non-romance favorites, which is Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. This is such a good thriller. YA thriller. Definitely a good mix of like horror and thriller elements in the right way. Like the way you want that mix to be. And this cover is so fun to me because it's got like all these really intense expressions. I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but I love it because it just really captures the girls all competing in this game that is evil, absolute evil, and just the evils of like being wealthy and always getting your way on display here. So good. I had a book of the month edition and I decided I wanted a regular edition. So I picked up a paperback copy of Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is one of the early books I read that got me into horror more, and I adore this and I need to read the rest of my Silvia Moreno Garcia backlist. But this was so much fun. This was so much fun. This is definitely like a weird atmospheric horror gothic type novel, and it worked for me spectacularly. Again, it made me be like, I can read that genre maybe. Next up, we have a pre-order from Steamulet. that finally arrived. Emily Ross is the best. She actually refunded all of us with our orders because it took so long to get the books, but I did indeed get Pucking Wild from her. I still need to read this. I've not read it yet. Another Beefy Boy. This is age gap, older woman, younger man, so I'm really excited for it. I'm kind of sitting on it. I will tell you the reason I haven't read it is I'm literally sitting on this thing because I figured with things going on in my life, I felt like this was a book I might want to dive into when I'm just feeling a little down, because I find Emily's writing to be really engaging and pull me through a book pretty quickly. So that's the plan right now. Oh, okay. This is also from a friend who sent me a beautiful edition of Only for the Week that they no longer wanted. This edition is stunning. I have no idea what book box it's from because I didn't ask. Hello Lovely. This is from the Hello Lovely book box. I love this edition. I love them on the cover. Like, so good. Such a, like, I love all the colors and everything happening here. It's fantastic. I love this book. I'm so happy to have another edition, so thank you. Another one from Esty. This one is also from Esty. This was one of my favorite reads when I read it, and I'm waiting for audio on book 2 so I can like get caught up on the series, but that is A Soul to Keep. This is one of my favorite monster romances. Though it is thick, I do think it earns its page count, and I think it does a really good job telling a very interesting monster story that we don't always get. I feel like sometimes it's just like, here's monsters, enjoy. So yeah, this is really fun, really enjoyable. I love this book. So happy to have it on my shelves. I love that I know where that other note went that I was missing. This one is from my friend Steph over at Novelty Corner. She sent me Heart Haunt Havoc. I loved this book. This is such a fun book. I love Freydis Moon, and I'm so excited to have it in my hands and have this cover because it's really cute. And there's like little artwork in the book, which I didn't realize. I love when I get physicals and they have fun stuff like this. Like, what? Absolutely obsessed. So I'm gonna have to flip through this at some point and or reread it because it is a little shorty, but I really enjoyed this. And thank you, Steph, again. Next is 2 pre-orders I made. So I made 2 pre-orders from Story on the Square. I ordered these together actually, which is what I usually do. And I highly recommend Story on the Square if you are collecting all of the new covers for the Ice Planet Barbarian series or Kimberly Lemming's That Time I Got Drunk, Mead Mishaps. So I got both new covers. This came with a great bookmark, a signed book plate, and stickers from Conky that are incredible for this series. So highly recommend. I pre-ordered them all from there. And then I did get That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, signed by Kimberly. And I'm just so happy to have the new covers. I now own this I'll own this whole series in 2 different covers. It's fine. So next I have another gift. This was from Steph for my birthday. The one Hidden Legacy I somehow didn't own. I was going through my shelves like right before my birthday. I was like, how did I order all of these and then not get Ruby Fever? But somehow I did. So now I have Ruby Fever, and I'm so happy to own all these. I'm slowly working on building up my Ilona Andrews collection, and I'm really excited about it. Then we've got some McKay's used picks that I found, which on point with Ilona Andrews is that I found Magic Bites at McKay's in really good condition, so I did pick this up already, and I'm really excited about it. This is definitely one of the older editions as well. I did not look. Yeah, this is one of the older editions, like the 4th printing. So definitely older, which is fun to find. Then I picked up an absolute find, which is a Cressley Cole historical, If You Dare. I know nothing about this. I will definitely be reading it at some point, but I've kind of been hoarding Cressley Cole historicals to read at some point, so I feel like that's gonna have to happen sooner than later for me. Next is a potential project coming your way where I read my name in books again. I think I've done this a little bit before, but we have Anne Mallory's What Isabella Desires, I guess it is an A at the end. She's patient and proper, but secretly scandalously she longs to be wild. And then her and Marcus, I guess, get a little wild together. Then I also have a Blaze, which Harlequin Blaze is one of my all-time favorite imprints, to be honest with you. So when I saw Isabel Sharp wrote, "Feels so right, no one has ever touched him like this," I'm intrigued. Apparently the guy is a triathlete and a physical therapist nightmare, so she's a physical therapist. So yeah, this sounds like it'll be really fun, and it's Harlequin, so I'm sure I could read this probably really quickly. So who knows, maybe we'll do one version where I read authors and one where I read books with my name, because I've actually got a decent amount, but let me know your opinion. Do you want me to mix them, or should I just do one and the other? Then I have Gravity by Tal Bauer. This is a hockey romance that I do really need to read. This is MM. I know that Steph over at Novelty Corner is absolutely obsessed and in love with I know I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm really excited for it, so thank you. All 3 of the next books are from my friend Esty. I assume, Esty, you were unloading books and we're like, here, you can have them because I will read them. And she even said, here's some to not add to your TBR. So I appreciate it. This is Nana Malone's Royal Playboy. I love this cover. Also really cute. I have no idea what this is from though. This is from Lucy Eden's Love Notes from Paradise box for winter 2022. So I'm excited to read this. I love this cover. It's really pretty. Hopefully it's a delight. I'm sure it will be. Nana Malone, generally speaking, I really enjoy. And then last but not least, another one that I didn't know existed. I didn't know this was available like this format. Another, okay, that makes more sense. It is Lucy Eden's box again, because I was like, I never even saw this come out. And that is the Thalian Dynasty volumes 1, 2, and 3 by Katie Robert. So this includes all 3 books in her Thalian Dynasty trilogy. So that's really cute. I love this. I think it's really cool. That makes sense. I was like, I know about this. So I know this is about like a one-night stand with 2 men and then like their progression there through a relationship. And I'm obsessed. Obsessed with Katie's thruples. So like I feel like I'm just gonna have a blast when I do read this. So while it adds to my TBR, these books were already on my TBR, so it doesn't count. Yeah. All right. So that is everything I have to haul for you today. Yes, some of these added to my Read What You Want before the end of 2023, but that's fine. I'm still gonna get things. Like, I can't not get things sometimes, you know? But the goal is still to be taking more out of my TBR than adding to. And a lot of these were books I've already read, so it's a win. Either way, I'd love to know what books you picked up recently. Are you doing good? Are you resisting the temptation? Or let me know if there's any of these you think I should prioritize that I said I hadn't read yet. If you don't want to do any of that, you can leave me a book stack emoji in the comments, of course. I will have links to all these books for you down below, and links to be my friend anywhere on the internet that I am, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye!
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we wait.